Good day, subscribers. It's me, the Finance Guy, back with another video today, guys, and today we're going to be talking about my stock picks for the month of August. Now, these stocks are going to be three very different companies, and they're stocks that I think a lot of people really don't think will do well in the future, or have maybe lost a lot of faith in, and that's kind of what I like to personally like to invest in. I like to invest into companies that a lot of people might not think would do well in the future. So let's jump into it today, and let's look at the stocks that I'm interested in buying and why I'm interested in it. First, I would like to get started with Blackberry. This is a company that has been around for a while, and maybe you've heard of a Blackberry phone, but this company has changed drastically over the past few years since the early 2000s. It's moved away from its hardware roots and has moved more into the software industry, at which point it has grown quite a bit in its software market, and I think that Blackberry is one of those companies that a lot of people haven't caught on to yet, and it could be a good buy in the coming future, mostly related to what could happen in the future with autonomous vehicles. Now, this isn't 100% for sure thing, and we do not know how long it's going to take until autonomous vehicles become a reality, but getting a head start now and potentially investing into something that could be a good investment years down the road is what's good about investing at an early stage. When a company that has been around for a little while hasn't fully died off and they've changed and adapted, and I think they're adapting in a better way, though they still do some hardware devices and I wish they would work more towards something that would be a better business. There's still consistent problems with the company, but I still think it's a good position to pick it up at a cheap value now and hold a few shares and see where things goes in the future. This is a high risk play, mostly because it's hinged on software, but I think that this company could be a decent pickup at almost $10 a share right now. The next stock I wanted to talk to you guys about is Facebook. The reason why Facebook was my pick for the month of August is there was a nasty sell-off because user base, people coming to Facebook had slowed down, and it's actually come to a standstill, and the future growth for the company is rather uncertain. And when there is uncertainty within a company, a lot of people seem to lose faith. This is one of those situations where I think Facebook could still grow because it has a lot of cash that they could use to deploy and buy up companies that could grow into something like the next Instagram or the next social media giant. Who knows? But Facebook has a tendency to squash any of its competitors before they can get too big. That is why I like Facebook and why I think that it can still remain around even with some of its other products that could do well in the future, as Facebook is very big on trying to determine what will be next. The next company I wanted to talk to you guys about is Square. This is a very interesting company because a lot of people really don't know where the direction of Square will be going here in the next few years. I think Square is going to change. Maybe in a few years from now, we probably won't have credit cards maybe working the same. It seems like a lot of things are kind of moving away from the credit card market and moving even more to a more digital standpoint, like your phone is a way for you to pay your bills. And I wouldn't be surprised if years down the road, all as we do is cash is probably going to be a lot less prevalent, and you're going to see a lot more transactions happening with just your phone or some other kind of device to be able to pay your bills. Now, who knows if that's going to happen or not, but I could see 10, 20 years down the road, it's very possible that people won't be using credit cards. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But I think we're moving to a more digital age, so I wouldn't be surprised if Square adapts during that time. Now, the reason why I like Square is because it's built its backbone into a lot of small businesses, and there's a lot of small businesses out there in the United States that are still around, though a lot of people just don't think that they'll survive. But I think that Square gives them an upper hand because it means that a lot of small businesses can start off, and I've used Square in the past to use that kind of business model to be able to just, plug something into your phone, use the chip reader, or any kind of Square reader device, and there's plenty of different devices that Square provides that could be used for a lot of small businesses or small startups that have a very low barrier to entry, which I think could be really well and good for the next few years, buying things at a much cheaper valuation. And these stocks, all three of them, are not cheap. They all have either no PE ratios because they're not making money, or they have really high PE ratios. Like Facebook, I think, is at a 28 PE ratio. Now, PE ratios are not everything, and I think that these companies could do well in the future. And I think this is just three very different companies that I wanted to bring to you guys today. So I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on the matter. Which companies do you think will do well in the future and why? And social media links are always down in the description. The best way to contact me, or if you have any questions, is to go through YouTube or to use my Instagram. That's probably the most prevalent way for you to get a hold of me. And also, if you could subscribe, that would really help my channel. And as always, I hope to see you guys again next time.